Reunion. Hello, y'all. I was selling crack on a private jet up in the hell and back. But no confusion, this a reunion. Hello, y'all. Welcome back. Get murder here. He counting money. He said, "Can man, the hell with rap. I'm only here to shit on niggas and piss on bitches. Welcome, ass. I bought jewelry and bikes, nigga. Black Benzes and white Vigors. Now I'm out here and I'm looking for more chandeliers and light fixtures. Nah. I don't like niggas. What's wrong with me? I'm a hype nigga, but this 44 turn to Michael Jordan. I look and say, take flight. Nigga.
Welcome back to It Is What It Is. This episode is sponsored by Underdog. The app is an easy way to make some cash just by making picks on your favorite players. Underdog is available in more than 30 states, including California, Texas, and Missouri, just to name a few. Make sure to support the show by hitting the link in the bio and downloading the Underdog app. Use code MACECAM or STAT to get up to $1,000 in bonus credits with your first deposit and a free pick. I'm Treasure Wilson, aka Stat Baby, along with your hosts Mase and Cam.
Killer, what's good, man?
What's good, Murder? How you?
Chilling, man. I'm actually excited about what Dallas did, but I can't wait.
I'm excited for what I'm about to do.
Do we ask? Do we ask?
You know, he set you up to ask that. What you gonna do, Cam?
You can ask me.
What you gonna do?
After the show is over, I got a great morning lined up, man. Horsepower morning, baby. Got somebody in there cooking right now. It's gonna be a lovely morning after the show, man. It's a beautiful morning.
Oh Lord. Actually, before we get started, I have a quick question for the both of you because I'm interested. Okay, so I don't know if you guys saw what happened with the spaceship launch going up to space. Just curious.
You don't believe that, Stat?
They did.
Just
Katy Perry, Gayle King. It happened. I just wanted to ask y'all if you had the opportunity to go up in space, would you? That's all. Then we'll get into the games. Had to ask.
I've been around aliens my whole life. I don't need to go to space. I lived in Harlem.
There you go. It's like that. Okay.
No, I like that Murder, because when people be like, "Yo, you don't want to go to Africa, to the safari, to the jungle?" I said, I lived in the jungle already. Why would I want to go back to the jungle? It was called Harlem in the 80s.
Yeah.
I don't need to go back to the jungle. I like that analogy.
Yeah, I thought it takes 7 years to go to the space.
The trip as a whole was like 15 minutes. It was very short.
You could go to space in 15 minutes now? So you could take a cab to space.
I looked at that shit. They got some new rule. They always making new rules. 62 miles above some type of atmosphere in the sky is considered space. So if you get to a certain amount past whatever the fuck they talking about, 62 miles past that's considered space. So you ain't in the dark shit. You in some shit that's just right there. It's like saying if it's 30 floors in a building and the 30th floor is the penthouse and you went to 29.
Yeah. I'm thinking they talking about space like this, where you go put the flag down.
Not walk the moon.
Yeah.
You do experience weightlessness, though, once you go up. It was 11 minutes. Cam, if you had the opportunity, would you go to space? I'm just curious. I thought it was cool.
First of all, I'm not buying the space shit. Secondly, no, I agree with Mase. Why would I risk? Look, this is, you know what one of my worst fears is? You know, I talked about this on Talk with Flea with my man Sin City. My worst fear of dying is getting eaten by a shark. Probably not a shark, a whale, and not dying. Like, you know, a whale can eat you, and then what if you don't die?
No.
You just in there, and then he takes you to the bottom of the sea where there's no oxygen. You just in there with fish and all type of shit. Because, you know, I live on the ocean, so I don't necessarily go in the ocean. I get on the boat and everything, so I see dolphins and sharks from time to time. But that's the worst. Imagine getting eaten by a whale when you survive getting shot and living in destitute tenements, addicts, crack shit, gunshot. Like, look, man, I know we up here and we doing great and all this shit, but I wish it was, you know, you talking about going to space, I wish it was a time machine that we could take you to the shit we grew up in, man. You're not exaggerating.
Yeah.
You know how somebody be exaggerating? This is no exaggeration, yo. This is fucked up. I'm telling you, man. You don't know what it's like to play basketball with glass on the court and crack valves and everything else. But they cleaned it up. You know, it's almost vague to me. To me, it's a little bit vague because, you know, I'm getting older and other memories replace memories. But it's literally not just trying to shake your defender. It's trying not to dribble your ball in glass because it might deflate. This is what I'm saying. Serious.
Yeah.
Murder, no.
I try to bring my son up to New York to play basketball when he was really young. I took him to the court on Manhattan Avenue. He was like, am I supposed to dribble my ball with nails on the court?
Yeah. And I'm gonna be honest with you. Neff, whenever you took him, it was already nice. And I'm not saying the best, but it wasn't when you was 9 years old, 8 years old playing basketball. It was, telling you, it's crack valves, it's glass, it's dog shit. Like, right now, you don't see that too much in New York. Imagine just walking in his mad stray dogs. Just walking towards your way, and you just walk past mad dogs every day because it's stray dogs. You know how many stray dogs and cats it was growing up just chilling? It's to the point where you know the stray dog. I had a dog on my block named Muffin. You know the nigga.
Yeah, and half of the court ain't a court. It's just space. You don't know what it is. Yeah, like ain't no out of bounds.
You got to make your own out of bounds. Yeah, like it's no exaggeration and all that. That's what I'm saying. It's mad straight. Imagine knowing a stray dog just every day because he in the park. And it ain't, like, see, that's what I'm trying to say. Like, you know, and I dig it. We're in a different environment now, but what I'm saying is you wouldn't even feed a stray dog back then. Like, you need to feed yourself.
Yeah.
Couldn't take care of no stray.
You drop your food. You drop your food, you pick it up before Muffin get it.
Yeah, and that's a fact. And if you drop your food, you just kiss it up to God and keep eating.
Yeah, 5 seconds.
5-second rule.
Yeah.
Well, lovely story.
No, I ain't going to space.
So it's
you threw me off with the whale thing. That's something I didn't even think of happening. Like different part of like. I don't know.
Let me tell you something. Got murder. My bad.
Yeah, if we go to space, we might get abducted by astronauts.
My thing is, like I said. The last time, real quick, I was really used to be in the ocean, all type of shit. And this actually happened in Miami because, you know, I've been in Italy, I've been to different beaches all over, different oceans everywhere around the world. We used to I remember going to see Mariah Carey with Leo Cohen, Kevin Louse. Niggas pulled the yacht over on the way to Capri, Italy, and just dove, talking about this is the best ocean part of the ocean in the world. Jump in. I would never do that today. I remember getting on a jet ski in Miami, and I said, I'm going to go as far as I can go no more. And the beach looked so far away, and I seen two fins. And I sped back, and I ain't been on the ocean since like that. Maybe when I get on the yacht, I get on a jet ski here and there. But all that trying to be adventurous, nah, whale come and get you.
He said, I am past that. Okay. Well, new fear unlocked from camp. Mase, I'm just going to slide by getting abducted by astronauts because the astronauts would be coming from Earth, but that's a whole nother conversation.
Yeah, you got to watch people you go places with, you know, so you could go out there thinking you with people you cool with and the astronauts, you know, slide on you.
You are the astronaut.
I know. That's what I'm trying to say. It happens all the time. People go to Jamaica, Caribbean places, think they're with their homies, and get abducted by the astronauts.
And you know what's crazy? to give Mase to add on to what Mase said. Sometimes you get abducted without the astronaut in America.
Yeah.
We have to look out for all that. You know, let me tell you something else, Stat, real quick. I know we going
No, I'm here for it.
But when Mase got on and when I got on, the kidnapping game was real at this time.
Yeah.
Like, nigga, I'm not saying that niggas ain't getting shot and killed and rappers, this shit done got spun out of control with rappers getting killed and going to jail and everything, It was going on, not to this magnitude, but it's definitely going on. But the abduction game is serious. Niggas threatening to kidnap my mother. You know what I'm saying? Niggas talking about, we gonna kidnap Cam mom and all that. To the point where I bought my mom a house in Jersey. She didn't want to go to it because she like, I'm not the rapper. I'm not going to be living in secrecy because you made it and you out from Harlem. I'm not going nowhere. Bought a whole house, went the way I built it into a studio and all that shit. And she eventually came like 10 years after I bought the shit. But niggas threatening to kidnap my mother. That's what I'm saying. No, we ain't going to space.
Yeah. Basically, Stat, we're trying to say life has been dangerous enough. We don't need to add list to it.
I see. Me, I just feel like it's so funny. I just feel like a little Rose. It's like, la, la, la. You're like, nope, this. And I'm like, you know what? I get it. When I hear the story, I understand. I just had to ask. But
yeah, whose spaceship is it? Is the spaceship really prepared?
No,
when are we coming back? I got a lot of questions,
I see.
I'm not just jumping on a spaceship because they got a shiny suit.
Right, and last thing, Murder. For me, real quick, because I know we ain't even get to where we gotta get to. Niggas talking about going to spaceship and all this shit. Listen, man, niggas were on a submarine last year, year before, and they come back. Talking about they going to see the Titanic.
Yeah.
Niggas spent $3 million to die. Fuck, niggas spent however much it cost. It was expensive. Talking about they go on a submarine, see Titanic. Niggas never came back. What are we doing here? What are we doing?
Yeah, Stat, what you guys say about that?
Some people just wanted to make history. I'm not saying at the risk of your life. I'm just saying.
They did. They made history. They are the history.
Yep.
No disrespect.
Hey.
But I'm just saying that's a fact.
Heard. That's all I got. Heard. So let's get into the play-in. So the Kings have been eliminated from the playoffs after losing to the Mavs 120-106. Next, Mase, the Mavs will play the Grizzlies. Are you shocked by the Mavs advance?
Yeah, when you look at Sacramento, I'm not surprised. This is Chicago Bulls all over on the West Coast. Zach LaVine did exactly what I thought he was going to do. He balled out. Then you got DeMar DeRozan balling out. But this is exactly what they were doing in Chicago. They just were losing, just like they did yesterday. And when you got Klay Thompson showing up and Klay Thompson getting 20 and playing like the old Klay just a tad bit, you're not going to win, especially when you got Anthony Davis on that team. Two superstars are definitely a big man, and a guard is always going to beat two wing players.
Yeah, look, I watched the first half of this game. It was a blowout at halftime. I didn't watch the second half. Klay Thompson definitely was balling out. We seen shades of the old Klay. But when I seen this game, what it made me think about was like, damn, this team might really, really not be that bad if Kyrie wasn't hurt. You got some good role players, PJ Washington, Dinwiddie, but that front court is amazing. Listen, you got Gafford, you got Lively, and you got AD at the 4. Listen, this could be a problem. Listen, I know everybody mad at Nico and all this shit right now, but let's see what happens with a healthy Kyrie Irving, because their defense on the front court was looking tremendous in the first half, to where Sacramento didn't have an answer. They was confused offensively. Then when you got a team looking like that, everybody looks out of whack. Zach LaVine looked out of whack. DeMar DeRozan wasn't hitting shots in the first half. Now it's looking like Doug Christie shouldn't be the coach because his face looked crazy. Them cameramen are a motherfucker. They know how to catch them niggas with them dumbass faces that look crazy, so it looks even worse than what it really is, to be totally honest with you. So shout out to the cameraman. Like I said, we caught Ja Pop that pill the other day. We didn't have to see that. But back to the game, like I said, I didn't see the second half. But what it did make me realize, like, they might not be that bad with a healthy Kyrie Irving, because we know what Kyrie Irving comes to do in the playoffs. Outside of him playing the Celtics, he has a great series against everybody. I just don't know what his kryptonite is. Well, his kryptonite obviously is the Celtics, but I don't know why he can't get over that hump. Pause. But I would say that they look really decent in the first half. I didn't watch the second half because I already knew it was a foregone conclusion by halftime.
Okay. And then the Heat, they've beat the Bulls 109-90 in Chicago. The Bulls have been eliminated from the playoffs, and the Heat will go on to play the Hawks on Friday. Mase, Cam, I know we said we ain't really worried about this game, and I get it, but thoughts on the game, Mase first.
Oh, man. Tyler Hero. That's what I'm going to say. Tyler Hero. He showed up, you know. He made it feel like this is his team. He scored 38 points, you know. Just thinking about what that means to this whole franchise, to see him step up to the plate and actually deliver this kind of game, especially when you need it, is a great sign for Pat Riley. You still need some pieces. You got to surround them with some other great players. But this is a start, you know. When you need a player to show up and he shows up, that is a great sign. I mean, I didn't think that they would not. I thought Chicago would beat them, but I just got to go with this. You know, if he get 38, you're definitely gonna win. I ain't watched the game. I'm not interested in Miami until they get some more players.
Okay, Cam.
Yeah, it's another game I watched on mute. But what I will say is this. Tyler Hero came out the gate. From the beginning of the game, he looked like, listen, I realize this is my team. We're not going to go anywhere without me putting up the numbers we need to put up. And he came out the gate busting their ass from beginning to the end. I didn't see, like I said, I was up there. I didn't have the game on loud, but every time I looked up, assists, scoring to the bucket, three. Listen, he played an all-around great game. We know what Bam brings to the table. Chicago didn't look like they was up to the task, and they were playing at home. It just didn't look good all the way around the board from Chicago, for the Bulls, from the jump ball to the end of the game. But Tyler Hero, I will just say, to my surprise, stepped up. I don't know if fucking Pat Riley called them upstairs and said, listen, we ain't got nobody left but you, nigga. What you gonna do? You know I don't really play like that. You know when it's time, contract time, you deliver, I pay. That seems like the Tyler Hero that came out last night. And he looked really good from what I was seeing. But, y'all are in a rush to play the Boston Celtics. Congratulations.
Yeah, what happened to Kobe White? You can't take Kobe first name, Frank White last name, and do this. Kobe White got to ball out more, man. I was really expecting him to do great and for them to beat Miami. So Kobe White, you can't be making me look bad. And Giddey showed up. I like Giddey on the Chicago Bulls. I'm glad he was able to turn his career around with that.
After leaving OKC.
Yeah, leaving OKC, because OKC was looking like he was about to decline crazy.
Well, I feel like at OKC, he did actually have a good, with him, J-Dub, Chet, SGA, they did have a good thing going on, but I think him going to the Bulls kind of gave him a more pivotal role to kind of shine as that star player for their team. He has been performing very well for them. Mm-hmm. Last thing I will add, you kind of can tell when things were getting sticky for the Bulls because they just didn't start off right. Obviously, the Heat did way better from the beginning. They started shifting their energy more to Caleb Williams being in the crowd over the actual game. That's when I was like, yeah, it's going downhill if y'all focus in on football right now for the play-in tournament. But of course, to both of you guys' points, kudos to Tyler Hero. He had a perfect first half. And I just think he deserves all the credit for that. Obviously, with Jimmy Butler not being there anymore, he's also taken on an even bigger role for the Heat. So a lot of good things, but also to both of you guys' points, these next kind of games, I don't really know where I see them standing. But I do give my little fan apology because I was like, yeah, they're not going to win. And they did. And me being the fan that I am, you should know that, but I'm honest about it.
Oh, my goodness.
So, yeah.
I know you're not trying to double back to Florida because they're not accepting you either, Stat.
Florida definitely accepts me. That's stamped there from birth. They know what it is. But, yeah, apologies to the Miami Heat community. Should have never said that. I take back everything I said. Being 0-3 in the regular season doesn't count in the playoffs. I'm saying it right now.
That's wild. That's wild, yo.
No, I take it back.
Wow.
I take it back. I take it
Yo,
back.
that's wild, yo.
You better have 9 Florida athletes on check out this stat next time. Cause that's crazy.
She did the same shit with Mike Tomlin, bro. My bad, coach.
We back. We are back. We are back.
Wow,
That's what that means.
Yeah.
Yo, Murder.
This is
Yo,
crazy.
Murder. Did you see niggas with the meme today? They had you with the Florida World tattoo. You seen it?
Nah.
You ain't see it? Yeah, they had the album cover. You had the Florida World tattoo and all that. You ain't see it? Yeah, I seen that today, man.
Yeah, I gotta post.
They already got they got the artwork ready for you.
Yeah, that's fire.
It is. Okay, so on Saturday, the Lakers will play the Timberwolves. Let's get into our underdog picks. They have Luka at 44.5 points, rebounds, and assists. Do you have him higher or lower, Mase?
They play the Timberwolves?
Mm-hmm.
I don't like that for them. I really don't. How much you said?
44.5 points, rebounds, and assists for Luka.
I'm going lower. Pause. I'm going lower. Points, rebound, and assists.
Look, this may be probably the best first round matchup, my personal opinion. And you have the Nuggets and the Clippers as well. But this is very intriguing because Ant-Man finished the season really strong. If I'm not mistaken, he finished number 1 in 3-pointers made this season. We know what he can do going to the basket, but his outside game has stepped up tremendously. But who gave Ant-Man problems last year in the Western Conference Finals? Who was giving him fits? Who had him breathing hard, pause, had him looking crazy? Luka may see one person like Ant-Man and be like, Michael Jordan, why y'all keep on? What's all this Michael? I don't know, man. Maybe Mike wasn't like that because y'all keep trying to pair this nigga to Mike, and this my little nigga. I'm going to go higher. Luka plays good against Anthony Edwards a lot of times, and I think it won't stop. I think Ant-Man may get his numbers, but to Luka, this might be his little nigga.
So you think Luka is Ant-Man is Luka's little nigga?
I'm saying, we going off last year, you got to think about this, Murder. They swept, I'm talking about the Timberwolves, swept the Phoenix Suns, went to the next round, beat the Nuggets, and then have all type of problems with Dallas. They only won one game, if I'm not mistaken, and it isn't just Luka. You know, he's talking shit about Kyrie too. So about, I can't wait to guard Kyrie. That was the worst thing you could have said, man. That was the worst thing you could say. Then on top of that, Luka was just going crazy. But people don't realize it because you know, it's been so many NBA players over the years who's been great in the playoffs, outside the playoffs, so on and so forth. Do you know for the playoffs, I'm talking about all time, not this year, not last year, who's the first the top 3 leading scorers in playoff history? Do you know that, either one of y'all? And I don't expect you to do it off my top of your head. You know, I'll be doing my homework and shit.
Michael Jordan.
Do you know?
Michael Jordan, LeBron.
Yeah, that's number 1.
LeBron should be up there. And Kareem?
No, but that was good guesses. LeBron, I believe, is 3 or 4. But the second leading scorer of all time in playoff history is Luka.
Wow.
In the whole NBA of history, ever in history, Luka is the second leading scorer in playoff points average in NBA history. I'm going higher.
Yeah, that's crazy. I did not know that.
Yeah, it is. Yeah, it's Michael Jordan, then Luka, then Allen Iverson. Yeah, that's crazy. Real quick before we get into our next picks, this is a question for both of y'all. You said you don't like this for them. Why not? And then Cam, do you feel the same way for the Lakers versus Timberwolves matchup?
I just think if Ant-Man catches fire, if he lives up to the hype, that this could be really challenging for the Lakers. Because they got a lot of the pieces that are yet to break out, you know. Mm-hmm. Even when you think of DiVincenzo, right? If he has a great game, Then they still got Rudy Gobert. They got some pieces that they could kind of match up. I mean, they don't got nobody for LeBron, but if they get it to a place where Ant-Man get going, this could really be an interesting series. But he would have to really get going.
Okay, and Cam, what are your thoughts?
Yeah, I think this is not a foregone conclusion for the Lakers to move on at all. I think that what Mase just said, of course, we always going to talk about Ant-Man, Luka, LeBron, right? That's who we're going to talk about. But a healthy Julius Randle has been given everybody fits the last month, maybe more than that, the last month and a half of the NBA. Since he's came back, Mase mentioned DiVincenzo, which is a great shooter. And of course, the Lakers don't have a true center, so we'll see what Rudy Gobert does down there. I can't count on him year to year. He's good defensively sometimes he just doesn't show up. So he should dominate, being that they don't have a center. But Julius Randle, this is the two X factors for this series. Or it's what Austin Reeves does and what Julius Randle does. Who's going to outplay who in this series? Not only that, you got Nash Reed for, current sixth man of the year for Minnesota. Minnesota, this isn't going to be a cakewalk for the Lakers. And if they go home, I wouldn't be surprised, even though everybody's picking the Lakers to win.
Okay. And then the next pick for Underdog. So Anthony Edwards is at 5.5 rebounds. Do you have him higher or lower, Cam?
I'm going to go higher.
Higher.
Okay. And Rudy Gobert is at 12.5 rebounds and assists. Do you have him higher or lower, Mase?
I'm going higher. He definitely going to have 12 rebounds.
This is the shit I'm talking about. And this is why Underdog is good at putting these numbers up. Why the fuck we got to put his assists with the rebounds if he's the only true center that's going to be on the fucking floor? You can't just get 12 rebounds. See, Underdog be knowing shit that the average fan don't know. Now listen, this is catchy because he should have 15 rebounds. They do the assists in there, which is saying that this nigga ain't going to get no real rebounds like that. He ain't like that. I'm going to go higher, Rudy, because they playing with your name if there's no real son on the Lakers, and you got to add your assists and to make the finals going to go higher or lower. Go ahead and don't get higher than 12 rebounds and assists put together. Fuck out of here. You better.
That is that. Make sure y'all download the Underdog app and you can make your picks too. So got one more before we go to break. So Steve Nash, basically on his podcast with LeBron, was talking about how he actually wanted to be black. He said, I started playing basketball, fell in love with it. The first Air Jordan 1s, the Spike Lee commercials, Nike Let's Do It. Right when I was in 8th grade, I was like, the world is amazing. And then let's also be real, I wanted to be black. All the best players in the world were black, all the best rappers, so I'm trying to emulate anyone who had something about them. So Mase, hearing that quote from Steve Nash, what's your opinion on the influence Black culture had on him? And is this a surprise to you to hear him say that?
I'm definitely not surprised that the Black culture had this kind of appeal to him, because if you're playing a sport, you want to be like whoever is the greatest at the time. And at the time when he probably was watching growing up, he probably was watching like we were, watching Isaiah Thomas, Magic Johnson, people like that. And then he came in with, a little bit, I think, right after like Iverson and people like that. So he had a lot of culture that was right there in front of him. But then he said he wanted to be black, but it seemed like when he first got there, he started growing his hair out. And at that time, he started wearing his hair like the Surfers. But he definitely was one of the first people I saw wearing the cross trainers and having people tape their ankles up and feeling like they could play in low tops. So he added a little bit of flavor to the game as well. He even beat Shaq for MVP. Not beat Shaq, but he stole one. Nash, you stole one from Shaq. I'm going to go with Shaq on that. But Steve Nash is one of my favorite point guards of all time.
Okay. Cam?
Yeah, listen, this is a big turnaround, man. Because I remember being young and black people wanted to be white people when I was little. So when I like the well, because they had all the advantages, man. Niggas got to do everything. Like I said, the opportunities was little to none. You know what I'm saying? So it's like, oh man, these white people, if I was white, this, that. I remember, and I'm not talking even about in my teenage years, talking about as a, 6, 7, 8, 9-year-old, when you see certain people, not nobody I grew up with or not in my household, but you used to just see people struggling, and white people didn't used to struggle that much. To Mace's point, Steve Nash grew up in an era probably after that, because I seen the clip when he said that. He was saying it wasn't just the basketball players, it was the rappers. And it was culture. And what happens is, and to me, to my recollection, in the mid 80s when rap started taking off, because rap came out when niggas was 3, 4 years old. If we matter of fact, rap's older than us, but it started emerging to see where niggas could make a couple dollars, talking about Run DMC and LL Cool J and what Russell Simmons did with Def Jam to lead on to other entrepreneurs following their blueprint, so on and so forth. It was cool to be black. Listen, you got white niggas who be wearing motherfucking do-rags. For what? They're not getting waves. We talked about how white people want to say nigga because it's cool now to say nigga. So Steve Nash grew up in that, and he was like, damn, it's so cool to be a fucking nigga, man. I wish I was one of these niggas. I'll give you a better point going back to Larry Bird. Larry Bird never said he wanted to be black, but what Larry Bird did say is that the reason he got so good is because he left his neighborhood and went to another part of Indiana where the black guys used to let him play. And that's what he said, verbatim. He said, the black guys used to let me play, and I was appreciative of those guys letting me play. And I think that we had the best athletes, probably still do when it comes to basketball and football. I'm not saying that it's football, white people, they're pretty good too, but I'm talking about especially basketball, where you're like, listen, if I'm going to play ball, I want to be like one of these niggas. Because I'll tell you right now, and we just had this conversation, I think Austin Reeves, but when I play ball, and I'm pretty sure I heard Derek Fisher say this before, he's a professional athlete or was a professional athlete. Niggas' eyes get wide when a white defender come on them. Pause. When they come to play defense, niggas like, who sent you, my nigga?
Yeah, pause. Go through.
Who lined you up like this to come play defense on me, nigga? They violated you, man. And then back to Larry Bird, it was a time when Larry Bird, I heard this from Isaiah Thomas talking one time, and he said they came out to get ready to do a jump ball before the game started, the Celtics and the Pistons. And he went over to Isaiah Thomas and said, this is Larry Bird to Isaiah Thomas saying, y'all niggas is being wild, disrespectful, putting a white guy to guard me. Like, why would y'all even do that? That's Larry Bird mentality. A white guy telling a black guy, why would you have this white dude guard me? What y'all stupid? The fuck is wrong with y'all? I have a white nigga guard me. So he felt that way. So I kind of get where Steve Nash is coming from. But what Steve Nash got to realize is this, man. When you got the complexion for the connection, even though he's not American, he's Canadian, they going to support. Mase is absolutely right. He got an MVP one year that he's supposed to get, and 1 year because of the voting and everything else, Shaq was supposed to get, they gave it to him. It's part of your complexion, nigga. You get privileges with that shit, man.
Okay, great takes, guys. So we've got some special guests in the house. Find out who after the break.
She called this thing about toxic. 4 years and counting. Got you feeling like an option. Maybe I'm my own problem, babe. She tired of hearing I don't know. My stubborn in me won't fall. Dealing with this thing called trust. But she really thinking about it. She wanna be free.
Welcome back. So it's WrestleMania 41 here in Vegas. So we've got some special guests in town. None other than your WWE Tag Team Champs, the Street Profits, aka the real Titletown Mase. We got Montez Ford and Angelo Dawkins. Welcome to the show. How y'all feeling? How y'all doing?
Oh, we feeling great. Thank you for having us. And oh yeah, we in Titletown, baby!
Yeah.
Titletown!
You see this? They bring the titles to Titletown.
Yes,
Mo.
sir.
Yeah. How you feel? Status heavy over here,
Yeah,
man.
it's real heavy.
Yeah, this is the weight of the glory. You know, this is only the champs know this kind of pain. Pause. You know, yeah.
That's pause, right? It's starting coming hot, literally. Welcome to the show. That's how it goes. But y'all know. So yeah. So first I gotta ask y'all. So y'all got the Friday SmackDown, but I just gotta ask. So some fans are a little upset that y'all on the main WrestleMania card. So what do y'all say to the fans who are mad about that? What y'all gotta say?
I think the fans should still be happy. You know,
Period.
this gives a chance for other WWE superstars who never had a chance to be on WrestleMania to showcase themselves. So I tell them like, hey man, like this other WWE superstars that this their first time doing this or anything, and we're kicking this weekend off on Friday on SmackDown with our WWE Tag Team Championships on the line in Titletown. Okay,
Yeah.
so we're kicking this weekend off, and congrats to everyone that's involved in WrestleMania this weekend. We're definitely gonna be there for support as always.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
Tune
I
in
don't like-
Friday.
I don't
Watch your
like
boys.
I don't like that.
Oh man,
You don't like that?
Oh, what? Is that who I think it
First
is?
of all, you're talking to Cameron Savage.
Oh
I
snap!
always did Wrestle. I don't do SmackDown. I do WrestleMania.
Oh,
I'm not on the B card. Why were you on the B card if you're the tag team champions? The tag team champions fight on the main event. They don't fight on SmackDown. I don't like the answer.
I mean, hey, look.
You're on the undercard.
I mean, last time we
Why
checked,
are you the champions and on the undercard?
talk to him, docs.
You know what I'm saying? Hey, sir, Killer Cameron Savage. You know what I'm
Yes.
saying? If I may, you
Mr.
know,
Savage.
you know,
Yes,
hey,
yes.
you know what I'm saying? Hey, look, I'll be lying if I said, you know what I'm saying, I don't want to ride the pine, you know what I'm saying? But hey, sometimes, you know what I'm saying, you got to play your role. You got to ride the bench sometimes. But hey, you know what? We on SmackDown. We defending the titles. You know what I'm saying? We going to do work against Motor City Machine Guns. We going to beat them boys down.
Down.
Boss.
Yeah, that was
Yeah,
crazy.
Hey, man, you was talking about me the whole time before the
That
show,
was
and here you go.
Nah,
He
hey,
gonna beat
hey,
them boys
he
down.
gonna beat them boys down?
Hey. Paul.
TV timeout.
But nah, we gonna go out there and put on the show.
Like it. This is not like, I don't like it. I don't think that anybody in the WWE is better than anybody in WWF. That's my opinion. You guys can't invest with the British Bulldogs, the Hart Foundation, the Road Warriors. Are you better than any of those guys?
Absolutely, 100%. We are better than all those guys.
Tell him why.
'Cause we the street profits, baby.
Exactly, man. I mean, like so.
Then that's another thing I wanted to ask you guys. What street are you the prophets on exactly?
So street profits is like a phrase.
Exactly.
You gotta think it's a lifestyle. It's a culture. You know, essentially everybody, y'all are street profits, right? Y'all were born from the street, right? Have you profited into this world? Now, when I say born in the street, you know that's the catchphrase that everyone says. You know, that's how they regulate us. That's what they say about us. Street, rugged. But I mean, we prophets. We WWE Tag Team Champions.
And
We got. Hold up, Savage. We got dough now. Okay? And last time I checked, none of them was making the dough that we making. We walking up in here all Gucci'd out, all the way to the socks.
Hey, look.
I ain't never seen no tag team champions Gucci down to the socks.
Let them know. Down to the socks. Hey, we turned outcome into income. That's all the street profits is right there. We about getting bread. We about stacking them dollars. We about stacking stacks, elephant, dollars, all right? That's how we roll, you know what I'm saying? We got money like that.
And street, cause like we out here. We really out here. We not inside. We really outside. Literally yesterday we walked around Vegas and kicked it with the fans. We really out here. Like your favorites? Are your favorites doing that? Are those tag teams doing that? Are your favorites doing that? Nah, we really outside. Street profits, people relate to us because we outside. We really outside. We really outside. We really outside.
The people and myself, they're dead and I'm supposed to be dead. So we're not going to do what they did, but they paved the way for people like you. Do you feel you're better than the Uso?
You know what?
Absolutely. Absolutely. We can't step into a ring without feeling like we're better than anybody, all right?
That's the mentality.
You know what I'm saying? That's the mentality. You got to be the best. You got to be the cream of the crop. You know what I'm saying? You got to be the GOATs of the tag team division. That's how we roll right there. Street profits, baby.
And we always say, if you ain't got no plan, then you really ain't no man. You understand? If you ain't got no plan, you ain't really no man. You understand?
Go ahead, talk to us.
Let me ask you a question.
Okay.
Y'all are 4-time tag team champions.
That's right.
If I'm correct.
Right. That's right.
That means that y'all lost. When are you going to lose again? Because you keep losing the belts.
Come on, man.
I don't lose the belts like that. You never had the belt for more than a year. So when are you guys going to lose again?
We ain't going to lose at all.
Plan on losing.
We ain't never losing. We ain't never losing. We ain't losing again. I'll tell you that much. We ain't losing them titles, bro. It's been 4 years since we had those titles. You think we going to let them go this fast? No. Not at all. That ain't how we rolling. You know what I'm saying? Hey, we about winning chips, all right? Winning chips. Titletown. We got Titletown on our backs right now. That's how we roll because we the street profits, baby. Montez Ford, Angelo Dawkins. We repping with Killer Cameron Savage right now. We got my boy Murder Mase. We got Stab Baby in here. That's how we roll. We put Titletown on our back. Hey, yo, and also shout out to my boy Maurice Clorette, you know what I'm saying? Because I am an OHIO, the Ohio State fan. Yeah. And that's what we do because we rep Titletown, baby.
Bring up Ohio. And don't bring up Ohio. I was born in Columbus, Ohio. I want to ask Angelo a question, though. Angelo.
Okay.
Talk to him, dogs.
Are you familiar with my lovely wife, the Elizabeth? Do you know Elizabeth? Have you heard of her?
I have.
Okay. She was my side piece on my arm. You started off as a hype man for Sasha Banks. How are you a woman's hype man? That's what I'm trying to figure out. That's how you got it.
Okay. Hey, look, man. You know what?
Hey, doing his homework,
you
man.
A hype man for a woman, man. What were you doing being a hype man for any woman? Because that's something a macho man wouldn't do.
Okay, all right. Yo, hey, I was just, you know what I'm saying? I was just starting, you know? I ain't know what I was getting myself into. You know, shout out to Sasha Banks. Me and her are still pretty cool. But nah, man, hey, it was just...
You came in the game with a woman's back and hopped off and made something for yourself. I can never hop off a woman's back and make a name for myself. Women hop off my back. How did that work?
I mean, it worked out pretty well. We're tag team champs, bro. You know what I'm saying? It worked out pretty well. Hey, look, I'll tell you this. Hey, if you did your homework, Killer Cameron Savage, if you did your homework a couple WrestleManias ago, I derailed a monster, smacked him, hit stick, easy money, NFL blitz style hit. That's what I do, baby.
Scary guy.
Listen, we know that you guys are okay, but my only problem this weekend is I would have never came to Vegas and been on the undercard. How about you, Murder? Is that something you would have did, Murder? I'm just curious, man. Because we're all from the streets. Murder, would you been on the undercard on WrestleMania if you would have done the champion? Yes or no, Mason?
Words. He said nah.
Nah.
He said nah. But you know what?
You can't be on undercard, champ.
Here's the thing, though. We on Friday. That's before everything kicks off, right? So we're first, essentially. So good luck to everybody that's after us.
Exactly.
Good luck to everybody that comes out after us. Good luck to the people that have their gear and everything else. Good luck to you. Congratulations. I hope your presentation and everything is well and pretty and perfect and everything that you want it to be for WrestleMania weekend. But God almighty, just know Friday, we first.
See, that's the difference.
That's the thing.
The difference
We
that
first.
I'm talking about.
We first.
You're show openers. We're show closers.
We first.
I'm a show
'Cause
closer.
I dare somebody. I dare somebody to show up after us.
Hey, we
After
gonna make
us.
the undercard the main card.
Exactly.
Don't worry
And
about
then
it.
you know what? No matter what show we on, we are WrestleMania. We walk WrestleMania day in and day out. So to us, WrestleMania is just another day. If you're not going out there putting out WrestleMania performances, what are you really doing here? WrestleMania just not one day out of the year. Yeah, they label it that, but WrestleMania every day. Every night you outside.
365.
365.
24/7.
And like I said, if you ain't got no plan, are you really a man? You understand?
I like that.
Is that making
phrase. I'm
sense?
not gonna
Is that
lie.
making sense, Murder?
I do like the phrase. I do
He's
like the
like-
I like
Gucci.
that.
I do like the show
I like
off.
that. But if next year, if they put you on the main card, are you still gonna have this same talk about the Friday?
I mean, if we on the show, you know what I'm saying? Hey, we got love for everybody. But anything the Street Profits own, it's the main card no matter
It's
what.
the main card. I mean, like I said, even next year, if it's the same thing, like we on WrestleMania, right? The same thing for everybody's
22.
Friday. We watching everything that's happening on Friday. We watching everything that's happening the night before. And everybody watches everything. Because out of respect, you watch it, but also too, you want to see what everybody's doing. You're like, oh, okay. You did that? Bet. We about to go do this. And we just doing it first this year.
I had to get those questions out the way, but what I do want to say is that we're going to support it because it's black. We got black champions in the WWE. I don't remember a black champion since Tony Atlas and Rocky Johnson. So we are going to support it because it's black, and we are going to watch. And I'm going to try and show up. That's what we are going to do. And we're going to make sure you hold on to that championship belt as long as possible, as long as the stars, the moon, and the sun's eclipse, that you guys are the champions. I do support black. Congratulations.
Thank
I
you.
appreciate that. I appreciate that. Killer Savage.
Yes, sir.
Definitely, tough love. But you guys are the real Titletown. I just got to ask because you made a face when he questioned your Ohio-ness.
I'm from Cincinnati, baby.
Thoughts.
Nah, I'm back, man. I'm back.
Killer, that was crazy.
Nah,
That was your best.
Yeah, listen, man. Nah, because, first of all, about the Ohio shit, first of all, I lived in Columbus. I was saying that Randy Savage was born in Columbus, Ohio, but I actually stayed in Columbus, Ohio for a while. But I do know that you're a big Bengals fan. What do you have to say? Because I'm a Bengals fan. That's my team. I'm Joe Burrow. I'm a lot of shit Ohio as well, except for the Cleveland Browns. I'm not supporting the Cleveland Browns. But what do you guys feel about the Cincinnati Bengal organization? We see what they did last year offensively, and they were poor on defense. Joe Burrow, to me, had an MVP season. He wasn't going to be nominated because of the Cincinnati record. You see, they did a bunch of re-sign. They re-signed T. Higgins,
Right.
Chase, Joe Burrow's there. What do you think about their future moving forward next season?
I think the future's bright. Obviously, the Bengals have done something that they normally don't do in spending money. They signed both Jamar and T. Higgins. We already knew Jamar was going to get his bag. They had a chance to re-sign him last year, and they didn't. And he went and got the Triple Crown. So then, the Brinks truck had to back up for him. But obviously, the other key was keeping T, and Joe Burrow did a great job just like putting pressure on the front office and saying, yo, I want these guys. Now, obviously, they got to attend to the defensive side of the ball and re-signing Trey Hendrickson, hopefully, and hopefully those draft picks. There's a couple free agents still out there, I believe, that could come in and still help the Bengals. But like, if we get that Bengals defense, if we had just been like just above subpar, like we would have made it to the playoffs. Like that's how close it was for us. And then not only that, we had to depend on the Kansas City Chiefs to trot out the janitors and freaking dudes that haven't played football in 15 years to get us into the playoffs. And they went out there and just said, hey, yo, Denver, here you go. Here's a softball up for you. Go on and beat the crap out of us. And we'll see y'all in the playoffs. All right, cool. Cincinnati, you're done. Because everybody feared the Bengals. Everybody knows what Joe Burrow is capable of. People forget when they made it to the Super Bowl, they were down 21-3 to the Kansas City Chiefs in the AFC Championship. What happened? We won in overtime, went to the Super Bowl. Next year, you know, some bad calls happened, and obviously our O-line was depleted and stuff like that. And, you know what I'm saying? And then obviously Joe Burrow gets hurt the next year after that. But obviously I think we'll be fine in the future. And as long as we do stuff on the defense, we'll be okay.
Last question real quick about the Bengals. Why do you think they're dragging, and like you said, you know they have to spend the money on Higgins and Chase. Why do you think they're dragging their feet with Henderson, if I pronounce his last name right? Because he's the best defensive player that we got with Cincinnati, and they're not signing him. What the fuck is going on? What do you think that why they're dragging their feet? Cincinnati as an organization is at the bottom of the list in a lot of things that's you know not necessarily football related. I'm talking about the arena. They're saying is not good. They're saying the cafeteria is terrible. What do you think? Why are they dragging their feet on this signing if he's the best defensive player that the Bengals have?
I think it's like a multitude of things. Obviously, he said that he wants to stay in Cincinnati. He's still doing charity work, rocking the Bengals jersey and stuff like that. I think it just comes down to he wants this certain amount of security in his contract, and the Bengals feel like he's a little bit older because I believe, he's 30 now. I think he's like 30, 31, if I'm not mistaken. So they feel like he's a little bit older and not worth paying that much more. But I think you got to pay him. Like, he was our only pass rusher on defense, and he still led the league in sacks. Like we had nobody else getting a pass rush for real. Everybody was keen in on 91, and he still was getting to the quarterback. I think the Bengals need to pay, but I think it's like a mix between, all right, like he wants a certain amount of security, and the Bengals don't feel like they want to waste that much money to give him that security that is needed to stay in Cincinnati.
Gotcha.
Dang, man.
Guys, I know you had some questions.
Yeah, so I have a question for you, Montez. So you and Bianca, first of all, great couple. I've seen love in WWE. Love watching you guys' journey, everything that you guys been with. And also, if you guys want to check out the full interview I did with Bianca, make sure you guys stay tuned for my episode of Check Out the Stat. How are you feeling about her upcoming triple threat match?
So I actually get more nervous for her matches than mine because in my matches, I can control what's happening.
Right.
In her matches, I'm watching her. I can't control anything. If she's doing something that's dangerous or it's a spot that's crazy, I can't really protect her. So it's more nerve-wracking watching her stuff. But also it's nervous because I want her to do really well.
Right.
She loves this just like me. So she wants to do well. So I want her to have a great performance because, she cares. She cares. So that's how I feel about the triple threat. I'm very excited for it. It's three, probably three pillars of our women's division in one match. And so many different cultures in one match. So I think it's going to be, I think it's going to be the show stealer this whole weekend.
For sure. Definitely excited for that. The EST of WWE. Got to ask you.
She the GOAT.
You ever got whipped with that? Whipped with the ponytail, right?
I have. Not in the ways y'all think. I have. I remember when she first did it, she tested it out, and that thing hurts for real, and it's left scars on girls she's worked with in the past. I know Becky Lynch has a scar, so it's when she throw it, that thing, that's no noise, that's no check, that's nothing. That's all her, all whip, and she's strong. She ain't strong, she's strong. So when she throw it, it's pow. I remember the first time she did it was in California. It was at a live event, and the video went viral on social media, and it was so loud, they thought somebody clapped or took two breaks together, but it was just the whip. And since then, it just took off. So yeah.
Yeah, that ponytail is real scary. And then I gotta ask y'all real quick before I let Mase go. I know y'all always hear this solo run. What do y'all say to those people that keep asking y'all because I know y'all probably sick of it.
I got it. You got to stay focused on the plan. I always tell people, I'm like, man, like, think about it. Like if you got another job or another career or something that is it hasn't happened yet, but you're thinking about it or whatever it is, it kind of takes your focus off what is happening right now.
Right.
Like this is what's happening right now. We've made so much history. We won the NXT, we won the Evolve, the NXT, the WWE SmackDown, WWE Raw Tag Team Championships, and now champions again after 4 years. Literally, like we won the champions in the Barclays Center in New York with the crowd, everything still there. Pandemic happened, went through an entire title reign with no fans. We was wrestling at WrestleMania. Our first WrestleMania was in front of nobody. And literally like for 4 years, like sticking it through with my brother, staying focused. And this is what happened. And I feel like if I was focused on anything else, we wouldn't walk in here with these tag team championships with you guys. So I always say, stay focused at the task at hand, and whatever God has next, you be ready because you've been ready for this opportunity now. So, yeah.
And since I'm from Titletown, what I got to do to jump in the ring and hit somebody with a chair?
Hey, you know what? We always looking for new members for the street problems.
You already know.
And you already a legend already. So like you don't even got to ask permission. You talking about what you got to do. What you mean what you got to do? You just show up.
Show up, bro.
Hey,
Yo,
like
hey,
y'all
I'm
losing.
here.
I'm jumping in with the chair.
There we go.
Yo, Mase, go to SmackDown Friday, nigga.
Yeah.
Hey,
Friday.
come through.
Friday, come
through and kick it.
Kicking off the whole weekend.
Base, you smack the chair, I would lose it. But honestly, I think we would all want to.
As soon as you hit him with the chair, you be like, "Hey, it is what it is. It is what it is."
Facts. Well, the Street Profits, Angelo, Montez, pleasure to have you both on the show. Cam, you got some else?
Wait up.
Hold on real quick. No, real quick. I just wanted to tell you guys, thanks for, I was fucking with y'all niggas. I appreciate y'all coming on. But all jokes aside, and what y'all doing for black men, just in general, showing them that they could evolve in wrestling, not only just evolve, be champions, 4-time champions, and y'all some young fly niggas, which I really, really fucking love to see. Keep doing what y'all doing. We gonna support, and we really appreciate watching you guys do what you do. And thank you for coming through.
Oh, seriously, God
Thank
bless
you for having us, man.
Thanks for having us. Seriously.
And they brought the titles to Titletown.
Now, you know what? Next WrestleMania, we're going to bring them back too.
Oh, yeah.
That part.
We're going to bring them back.
Titletown Tour.
Titletown Tour.
Okay.
Titletown Tour.
For sure. Make sure y'all check out the Friday SmackDown. But that's all the time we have for today. Thank y'all for watching. And as always, it is what it is.
What you want, nigga? Everything, nigga, super size. 2 Big Macs. Like when they doing them 2 for $5.